Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about online dating. All right, I know that there are some survivors out there on the dating. Lakia, I'm trying to get over what I just went through with this narcissist. I am not even thinking about it. But maybe this is a great time to get that information before you embark on it so that you go in equipped with the tools. And then for those of you who are already in that ready place, who have already re-entered out there, right? And I want to particularly just highlight online dating because I've said this in other videos. It really is the narcissist playground. Now, am I saying that to put fear in you? Absolutely not. But we need to just have this awareness. And because of that, I want to give some online dating tips to my survivors out there, because online dating, from what I can see, is not going anywhere. It's a part of our society. It's a part of how we are, meeting people. And as we get busy in our lives working, and sometimes people are going out less, it's a way to meet people that you otherwise would not meet. But we just have to know that some of those people are people that you don't need to be meeting or having in your life, okay? Or they don't need to be able to get far with you, all right? Or penetrate your life. So here are 6 tips, guys. And the 6th one is the bonus tip, all right? 6 tips for online dating. All right. My disclosure is there's nothing wrong with online dating. You just need to be able to have that emotional maturity, of course, and be able to use your discretion. All right. So a lot of people have met their life partner. You see it all the time, the commercials highlighting the successes. So it can be a positive experience for you. It doesn't have to be this doom and gloom, and you don't have to be paranoid about meeting another narcissist. Not if you got yourself together, if you are emotionally healthy, all right, and you've been on my channel going through these videos and you're receiving these messages and you have understanding and you are putting it to use in the way that you lead your life, you're going to be on a good track here, all right? Now, with that disclosure being said, let's go ahead and talk about this online dating. The first thing, the first tip, or the first thing that I want to say to my survivors is to be very cautious about whirlwind relationships. Okay? Be very cautious, survivors, about whirlwind relationships. And why would I say this? Because we know the love bomb phase with the narcissist feels just like that, a whirlwind relationship. And this is what we want to avoid. So by controlling the pace in your relationship and not jumping into things per se, you're definitely going to decrease the odds of, being able to, you're going to decrease the odds of this narcissist seeking their hook into you and increase the odds of you being able to see the clues because you're slowing things down. All right. And along with that whirlwind relationship is you're emotionally objective. So, a lot of survivors fell into the trap of letting their emotions run off with them. You have a couple of good dates with someone and now you're in love. You have a couple of good dates with someone, you're planning your wedding. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, when you meet the one, they're the one. They're going to be the one and things are going to pan out for you. You're going to go through things aren't going to be perfect because it's still 2 imperfect people coming together, but you need to learn how to stay emotionally objective, where you're not intertwining yourself with someone emotionally, where then you're going to have a hard time pulling away from them when it becomes obvious that they're toxic or you don't need to progress the relationship or something needs your attention or you're trying to figure something out about them. Okay, so you have to be able to have a good time with someone and not, get ahead of yourself. You can say, you know what? Wow, we had a great time. I hope that this continues. I hope that our next date is good. I hope that, this continues the path. But you don't have to get carried away and be like, oh, it's been so long since I've had this feeling and now you're just falling. You know what I'm saying? because every relationship or a lot of relationships have these honeymoon phases. And sometimes when it fizzles really quick, sizzles really quick, it's going to fizzle really quick. Okay. So a lot of times is not sustainable. And that's why the narcissist cannot sustain that love bomb, because it's not built on something concrete. It's just that initial adrenaline of meeting someone new and fresh, and eventually it could feel old, especially, like I said, if it's not built on something concrete. Okay. And it's not built on anything concrete if you haven't had that time in yet. Okay. So be very careful, survivors, about the whirlwind relationships. All right. And like I said, the best way to protect yourself from that is to be emotionally objective. You can enjoy yourself. You can have fun without getting ahead of yourself. All right. Now, my number 2 is going to tie into my number 1. Understand that there is a difference in person. Things will be different in person. All right. People have claimed to have fallen in love just by messaging each other through these online sites. And, maybe that person knew the words to say, but then you meet them in person, they can't even talk right. It's just not flowing in person. So I know when I was on the market and doing online dating, I was also wanting to know about in-person chemistry. Phone chemistry, that was separate from in-person. I needed to feel all of the chemistries to have a better picture. And I need to suggest that for you too. Okay. Just because you guys are clicking through messaging, just because all of that seems to be flowing, it doesn't mean that when you meet, it's going to be fireworks. Okay. You might meet that person and it's like crickets. Like, okay, we had so much to say messaging and now it's like blah. Okay. So be very careful. And as a matter of fact, when I was doing online dating, it wasn't really real to me until I met that person. It wasn't really real to me until I met them. So don't get so carried away over a person you haven't met. Like I said, you can enjoy the conversation like, wow, this is fun. The communication is flowing. I want to see where this can go. I'm ready to make the next step. All right. Because when you just basically having this relationship over the internet, there's actually elements and phases of the relationship that you guys are skipping and have not worked through. You haven't, worked through an argument or a disagreement face to face. Not to say that you can't have an argument or a disagreement through messaging or even video chatting, which is a step up from just seeing the words. Usually I would go into steps. Yeah, we're messaging, and some apps let you even leave voice messages for each other. And then, okay, wow, we did a video chat. Okay, wow, now we're going to go out on a date. You're taking steps and it's increasing the intimacy. And, once we start meeting in person, like I said, then it was becoming realer to me. But definitely realize you can have all the chemistry online and then meet in person and it not be that way. Okay. Another reason why I want to just use that emotional maturity when doing the online dating. Okay. Now, I also want you to understand about the dating in person versus online. It's a good way to hide things. They could be hiding their craziness because you can think before you send a message. And some people are so off their noodles that they can't even hide it even online. You message them enough and you find out enough real quick and their personality just comes through so strong, or you could feel something is off. Sometimes people are hiding their handicaps, and this is nothing against anyone that is handicapped, but we're going to talk about catfishing a little further down here. So I don't want to jump too deep into that, but yeah, when they're online, it's going to be different in person. It's a whole nother element that you'll be able to get to take in about that person that you're not getting through the internet, guys. All right. So don't run away with your emotions and feelings off of a person that you never met, basically. And understand that there are other elements and pieces of them that you have not explored yet that you need to explore to get a fuller picture of them. Okay? So now let's go to number 3. Don't underestimate dating or courting. Okay? Because this is, you can meet a person in person and you're not really going out on dates. You're not really courting. You're not really building memories. You're not observing them in different environments. Don't underestimate it. I loved to go out to eat with people because you learn a lot when you're sharing a meal with someone. You see what their manners are like. You see how they eat with their fork and knife. You can tell a lot about a person by the way they even eat their food. Okay, how they order at a menu. Have they ever been anywhere? What type of place did they initially want to take you to? Like, there's so many things that you can learn about a person. How do they physically present themselves? How are they dressing? What kind of shoes do they have on? Being in person, after you've done so many dates, maybe that person might pick you up. Who knows? What are their driving abilities like? Do they have road rage? Signs of someone with a short temper, So don't underestimate going out on dates and courting. And this is really for the younger generation at this point. And sometimes, everybody's in between because, all it is Netflix and chill. And, what kind of investments are they really willing to make in you? Okay. For the men and for the ladies. So don't underestimate, dating and courting. You get to see someone's body language. You're looking them in the eyes. Lots of communication is nonverbal. So when you're not dating and courting the person, you don't get to observe them in different environments. But if you're not dating and courting them, you're getting other messages on what box and limitations they want to set on you as well, guys. All right. So if they're just trying to set you up to be the booty call, somebody that they use, a place filler until they meet the person they really want to take serious and really want to invest in, take the clues. All right. But just because they want that, it certainly does not mean that you have to oblige it or be a part of it. Okay. So that's my number 3. Don't underestimate the dating and or courting. All right. Now, number 4, don't do all the talking. Okay. How are you going to get to know somebody if you are dominating all the conversations? You're initiating everything. You are taking the baton and just running with it. Let them run their mouth. Let them take the stage. Let them share about them. They're just learning everything, your whole life history about you on a first date. And you like, what do I really know about them? You did all the talking. Let them, because the whole goal of going out with them on dates is not for you to be proving yourself per se, not from our end. It's for them to be proving themselves to us and sharing themselves with you. So if you're doing all the talking, how are you getting to know them other than seeing that they're okay with being passive, they're okay with not sharing, they're okay with taking all your information? A conversation is an exchange, people. Okay? So you don't need to be giving them all the blueprints. Let them be natural. Be naturally themselves, okay? And when guys try to get the blueprint from me in the past, I deterred that. I gave them very vague answers because I needed them to be who they were, okay? Other things are common sense. I shouldn't have to tell you. I need you to be respectful, common, decent, have your life together, be able to be a provider and all that other stuff. Don't have a life full of drama. I shouldn't have to tell you that. All right. So don't do all the talking. Your purpose of dating is not to just be going out and having fun, unless that's what you're looking for. But if you're looking for something serious, the whole purpose of these dates is to truly get to know that person. And if you're, like I said, dominating and being the only one divulging and being vulnerable, okay, then that's going to be a red flag there. All right. So number 5, number 5 on my list is Keep in mind that catfishing is very real. Okay, many of you have seen the MTV show Catfish, and you see how that is. People are pretending to be one thing, doing fake and phony profile pictures, which is why I'm a big fan of video chatting before even meeting in person, because I'm not a big fan of wasting my time. One of my biggest pet peeves. So, catfishing is very real. They might look different. They might be a different age. They may not have the career or financial status that they're telling you. Hell, a lot of married people like to have affairs online, and they are very happy with being a pen pal. They will act like they want to meet you in person, but every time something comes up when it's time to meet. So catfishing is very real. And the catfishing can be beyond, they said they look one way and they look another. They might actually look that way, but if they're catfishing you by telling you that they're single, but they're really married, that's a catfish. They're catfishing you in that way. They make this amount of money, but they don't. Catfishing, and narcissists, they like to go online and wear these fake masks, okay? So this is a great opportunity for someone who has low self-esteem to feel like the big dog, to feel like somebody special by creating profiles that do not have anything to do with their real lives, okay? It's just some fun game for them. And here you are looking for something serious, and maybe your emotional maturity isn't that great, and you think you found this and that, and you're just falling in love, never met the person, and you see what I'm saying? And they were catfishing. So please be very, very, very careful, guys, about the catfishing. A lot of people set up these profiles and they're making, to them, it's a low investment. And you're like, what? Low investment? It's time. A lot of people don't value their time. A lot of people do not value their time. Okay? So to them, taking the time that they would have been using to play games on the internet anyway, they'll play games with you, making these fake profiles or just pen paling you, pretending like they want something serious and never following through, never meeting you. All right. So I want you guys to be aware of that. My daughter, I didn't lock my room and she came into my office. But we're not going to start this video over. And, just understand as well that, I guess it's fair game online, but that saying good morning, beautiful text, you could be sending that to 20 other women, This is why we can't get ahead of ourselves, okay? We can't get ahead of ourselves. I'm just looking through my notes, making sure. Oh yeah, the other thing with the catfishing, it could be your ex. If you met them on that site, they can create another profile just to get information out of you. Look. Narcissists, look, don't put anything past them or your ex or somebody that want to get back at you. Look, be very careful. And also, this is just a sidebar. People could catfish with your profile picture, okay? Your ex might think it's cute and funny to make a profile for you, okay? And you could have sent them inappropriate pictures and they make a profile with that. So look, it has happened to people. It really has happened. So the catfishing is real, but there's signs for that. When people don't want to meet you in person, that's going to be, or they don't want to video chat with you. Something is always coming up. This is how you're going to know about that. All right, guys. So with that being said, what was the bonus one? I'm trying to think now. What was that bonus one? My mind just got away from me. There was the bonus one that I was going to give you guys. Oh, yes. We're going to talk about the commas and the periods real quick. All right. And this probably could just be a whole video, but I'm going to simplify it real quick with the online dating. Have your boundaries and your standards and make that be a period. Okay. Because a comma means that something is going to be continuing. All right. If it's something that you stand for, something that you don't stand for, let that be period. Period. I don't stand for that. Period. All right. Don't let anybody on online or anywhere come to your periods and turn them into a comma. No, no, you don't want to do this, but I do. I'm pushing this on you. No, be sure of yourself, guys, and know your commas and your periods. That means know your deal breakers, know, what's acceptable to you and what isn't. Something might be a comma. Well, he has children, but okay, maybe I could work with that. Commas are things that you can work with. The periods are the deal breakers. No, these are my standards. These are my morals, and that's it. Okay, so that is my number 6 to you guys. Mind your commas and your periods. All right, so let's go over all 5 in the bonus. Number 1, we are going to be very mindful about whirlwind relationships. Number 2, we're going to realize that it will be different in person, and therefore we're not going to fall in love just off of messages and pictures, being exchanged. All right. Number 3, we're going to not underestimate dating and courting. We're going to utilize those things to really get to know the person and stay focused on the point of the dating and the courting, the purpose of doing that, and not just having fun. Number 4, we're not going to do all the talking, all right, because how are we going to get to know them if we are? Number 5, we're going to be very aware of catfishing, okay? And number 6, we're going to stand by our standards and our boundaries. And we're going to basically, in essence, mind our commas and our periods, guys, all right? So if this video resonates with you, go ahead and hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell, guys, so that you're notified when I upload videos, which is quite frequently. About 500 videos here on the channel to help you on your journey, help you understand psychology, help you understand narcissistic abuse and toxic relationships, help you understand the relationship you have with yourself and doing the shadow work with yourself. All right. And so forth and so on. Take what you can to help you on your journey, guys. I have the support group over on Facebook. That link is below all my videos. Inbox me and let me know that you are a survivor of narcissistic abuse. All right. I do one-on-ones, guys, over the phone, FaceTime, Skype, email coaching, and I even added mobile texting support. You can find out about that at LakiaCrawford.com. Also, you can find the 4 books that I've written, very helpful information as well, Pearls of Wisdoms and Relational Advice, the No Narc Zone merchandise, cute t-shirts and matching caps, coffee mugs, mouse pads, and all different things. Make your statement against narcissistic abuse and have fun with your fashion, guys. All right. Ebook format is available for my books as well on Barnes and Nobles and Amazon.com. All right. With all of that being said, guys, I do have a Patreon, a happy medium between my YouTube channel and my highly personalized one-on-one services offered through my website. Go on Patreon, look at the different monthly memberships and how they can help you. You can definitely get more access to me and save some money. And on Patreon, I will be uploading exclusive videos that will never come to YouTube. All of the YouTube catalog will be available on Patreon, plus the extended versions and exclusive videos that will be only for Patreon. You can pay for those videos to get that extra information, which is going to be even more saucier than what I provide here on YouTube. And or you can choose a monthly membership platform that will entitle you to just simply view these videos when I post them. All right. And with all of that being said, guys, thank you for all the love and support that you show on my channel. I'm very happy with the growth here. Great ways to support the channel is to always like my videos and comment. It helps YouTube's algorithm push the information out. Okay, the channel does accept donations through PayPal, through Venmo, and through Cash App. That information is typically below the videos as well. If you ever wanted to send a gift to Coach Lakia, I do have an Amazon wish list. That link is below in the description as well. Okay, what goes around always comes around and usually comes back 10 or 100-fold, all right? So people are a blessing to you, be a blessing to them as well. And with that being said, guys, continue to do the work. And until next time, please take care.